Thank you for the time that given to us. Now we will present about the main idea and pronoun referencing. Before that, I will introduce our member group. I'm Fetri Selvian Zebwa as the moderator and the first presenter, and Jessica Kristanti Telombanua and the second presenter, and Lisna Riang Zebwa as the third presenter, and Yarli Nurlina Telombanua, the last presenter. Now we will explain about definition of the main idea. Main idea is the big point of the most important central truth of the paragraph or large section of text, which tells the reader what the text is about. The main idea states the purpose and set the direction of the paragraph or section. The main idea may be stated or it may be implied when the main idea of paragraph is stated. That idea is most often found in the first paragraph of the paragraph sentence. However, the main idea can be found in any sentence of paragraph. The main idea can also be split, in which the first sentence of paragraph can present the point view, while the last sentence present a constraining of opposing view. And the characteristic of main idea: first, contain problem topic, and the second, have explanatory sentences or supporting sentences or supporting sentence to explain the main ideas in a paragraph. And the third, can stand alone because it is a complete sentence. Four, has a clear meaning. And the fifth, it is a paragraph conclusion if it is located as the end of the paragraph. And the last, the main idea serve as the core of a paragraph and is usually the center of discussion. And then that's all my explanation, and continue by the second presenter.
I will continue explain function of the main idea. Number 1, determine the main problem in the reading. This is about what is the topic of discussion of the problem in the reading passage. Number 2, know the information that the author wants to convey. This is about what they say. The author information understanding of the from the authors. Number 3, the conclusion of the sentence that make up the paragraph. Number 4, as a form of unit of thought and feeling, so as to form a series of logically arranged sentences.
Well, everyone, I continue to explain the material, especially in pronoun referencing. First is definition of pronoun referencing. A pronoun reference is the practice of making the pronoun refer clearly to the word they replace. A pronoun takes the place of a noun. Thus, the pronoun must agree with the noun it replaces in the number or and person. Also, it must be clear which noun the pronoun is substituting for. And the second is about the characteristic of pronoun. And here there are for the characteristic of pronoun. That is first replacing the previously mentioned nouns like a phrase and have already been mentioned to the text or speech to avoid repetition. And the second is it can be personal or personal pronouns, can refer for animal, people, things, idea, and more, like such as he, she, they, and that, this, and that, in refer to things or idea. And part the next is can be subject or object pronoun. It is can be used in the sentence such as I, you, they, I, see, he, and they, in the subject of preposition. And the last is must agree in the number and gender of the noun they replace. So that's all. Thank you.
Well, I would like to continue explain about the function of pronoun referencing. So the function of pronoun referencing is to replace previously mentioned nouns in the text. There be avoiding repetition and making the text easier to read and understand. Pronouns serve as a sort of abbreviation, allowing the reader to refer back to nouns without having to repeat them every time. This can make a text more concise and can help maintain clarity and coherence. And the next explanation about how to identify the pronoun referencing. So, how to identify the pronoun referencing? The first is identifying noun in a sentence or paragraph. Begin by looking up all the nouns or noun phrase used in a sentence or paragraph. The next is look for pronouns that appear in the next use in the sentence or paragraph, such as words that replace nouns or noun phrase, such as he, she, that, they, this, or that. And then determine if the pronoun is used to replace any of the nouns mentioned. Before, check if any of the pronouns you identified can be used to replace one or more nouns. And then check if the pronouns must agree in number and gender with the noun they replace. For example, if the noun is singular and feminine, the pronoun used referred to must also be singular and feminine, such as she or he. And the last one is consider the context and determine if the pronoun is used correctly and effectively in a sentence or paragraph. Finally, consider the context of the sentence or paragraph to determine if the pronoun is used correctly and effectively. Well, that's all my explanation, and we'll continue the next explanation.
Well, that's our presentation today. If there any wrong words, we apologize. Thank you.